Ha! Have you ever wondered why we prop up an evergreen tree in our living rooms every December and proceed to deck it out with all sorts of shiny objects? It's a question that might tickle your curiosity as we delve into the mysterious origins of Christmas trees. Our tale begins thousands of years ago in the ancient Celtic lands. The Druids, respected priests and teachers of the Celts, held a deep reverence for evergreen trees. Unlike other trees that would lose their leaves in the harsh winter, evergreens stood tall and green, a symbol of enduring life amidst the frozen landscape. They believed these trees held mystical powers, and during the winter solstice, they would gather around these evergreens, decorating them with fruits and lit candles, celebrating the promise of the spring to come. As we journey forward in time, we find ourselves in the Roman era, a period known for its grandeur and festivities. Here the tradition of decorating trees took on a new form. The Romans, during their festival of Saturnalia, a celebration dedicated to the god Saturn, would adorn their temples with fir trees. The trees were often decorated with pieces of metal and replicas of their god, Bacchus. This festival, marked by gift-giving, feasting and merrymaking, bears a striking resemblance to our modern Christmas celebrations. The tradition of the Christmas tree as we know it today, though, has its roots in Germany. But that, dear friends, is a tale for another scene. So as you can see, the tradition of Christmas trees has a rich and fascinating history, entwined with ancient beliefs, Roman festivals, and a deep respect for the tenacity of nature. It's a tradition that has stood the test of time, evolving and adapting, yet never losing its essence. So next time you're wrestling with a Christmas tree, remember, you're partaking in a tradition that's older than Santa himself. Did you know that we owe our Christmas tree tradition to our sausage-loving friends, the Germans? Yes, you heard it right. The tradition of the Christmas tree as we know it today has its roots firmly planted in Germany. Back in the 16th century, devout Christians in Germany began the tradition of decorating evergreen trees in their homes. This was not just any random decoration, but a symbol of the eternal life that Jesus brought to the world. Now, isn't that a heartwarming thought as you hang your ornaments this year? Fir trees, with their evergreen nature, were chosen to represent this eternal life. The Germans would decorate these trees with apples, nuts and other edibles, symbolizing the fruits of life. The tradition was so loved and cherished that it continued year after year, generation after generation. But how did this tradition find its way from the heart of Germany to the rest of the world, you ask? Well, we have Queen Victoria's German husband, Prince Albert, to thank for that. In the mid-19th century, Prince Albert set up a Christmas tree in Windsor Castle, thus introducing the tradition to the British. A drawing of the royal family with their tree, published in the Illustrated London News, spread the tradition far and wide. And just like that, the tradition of the Christmas tree took root in Britain, and it didn't take long for it to cross the Atlantic to America. In the beginning, Americans were a little skeptical of this foreign tradition. But by the 20th century, the Christmas tree had become an integral part of the American holiday season. From there, the tradition of the Christmas tree spread to every corner of the globe, bringing joy, light, and the spirit of Christmas to millions of homes. So as you decorate your Christmas tree this year, remember its rich history and the joy it has brought to countless generations. And while you're at it, why not raise a glass of Glühwein, the traditional German mulled wine, to our German friends for this sparkling tradition. Have you ever hung a spider on your Christmas tree? No? Well, you might be out of touch with the trend. Now, let's dive into the fascinating evolution of Christmas tree decorations. Think back to the early days, when our ancestors adorned their trees with the simple yet meaningful gifts of nature. Apples, nuts and dates were the stars of the show, representing the fruits of the earth. Imagine the trees, heavy with crisp apples, crunchy nuts and sweet dates, a delightful sight that truly captured the spirit of Christmas. Then came shift, a change as colourful and lively as the holiday spirit itself. As the years rolled on, people began to decorate their trees with homemade ornaments and small gifts. Knitted stockings, paper roses, and even cookies were hung up with care, adding a touch of personal flair to each tree. But the of simplicity and homemade charm couldn't hold a candle to the sparkle of the modern era. Enter the age of baubles, tinsel, and fairy lights. These shiny trinkets, twinkling lights and shimmering strands of tinsel brought a dazzle to Christmas that captivated hearts worldwide. The Christmas tree had transformed into a beacon of joy, illuminating the darkest winter nights with its radiant glow. Now let's talk about a quirky tradition from Ukraine. It's believed that finding a spider and its web on your tree brings good luck, so some people deliberately hide a spider ornament amidst the branches. Imagine telling that to someone with arachnophobia. But these unique traditions and personal touches that make each Christmas tree special. Whether it's a homemade ornament from your child, a bauble passed down through generations, or even a lucky spider hidden in the branches, each decoration tells a story. So don't shy away from expressing your personal style or embracing the odd and quirky. After all, it's these elements that add character to your Christmas tree, making it a unique centerpiece of your holiday celebrations. Remember, no matter how bizarre your Christmas tree decorations may seem, you're probably not alone. Who needs a real tree when you can have a plastic one that doesn't drop needles all over your carpet, right? The rise of the artificial Christmas tree was a game changer. It was like the moment when mankind discovered fire, or when someone decided to put pineapple on pizza. Controversial perhaps, but undeniably innovative. In the mid-20th century, our love affair with all things plastic was in full swing. It was during this time that artificial Christmas trees started to make their appearance in homes across the globe. Made from PVC and steel, these trees offered a convenient and mess-free alternative to the real deal. No more wrestling with a prickly spruce, no more vacuuming up fallen needles, and no more sad, bare tree left out for the garbage truck after the holidays. But it wasn't just convenience that drove the rise of the artificial Christmas tree. As we became more aware of our impact on the environment, many people started to question the sustainability of chopping down millions of trees every year just for a few weeks of festive cheer. In the face-off between real versus artificial trees, both have their pros and cons. On the one hand, real trees have that wonderful pine scent that's so evocative of Christmas. And let's face it, there's something quite magical about a real tree with its imperfect branches and natural beauty. On the flip side, artificial trees are easy to assemble, reusable year after year, and today they come in an array of styles and sizes to suit any taste. You can even get pre-lit ones, saving you the annual tangle with the Christmas lights. But here's the thing. Whether you prefer the scent of fresh pine filling your home or the convenience of a tree that comes out of a box, it doesn't really matter. Because when it comes down to it, it's not the tree that makes Christmas special. Whether you're a fan of the real deal or prefer the convenience of a plastic tree, just remember, it's not about the tree, it's about the spirit of Christmas. What does the future hold for our beloved Christmas trees? Will we be decorating holographic trees, or perhaps trees made of recycled materials? As we gaze into the crystal bauble of time, we can only speculate how Christmas trees might evolve. In the same way we've seen them transform from simple evergreens adorned with apples and candles to sparkling spectacles of tinsel and LED lights, the future of Christmas trees could be just as dynamic and surprising. Imagine, if you will, a world where Christmas trees are no longer bound by physical constraints. Could we see the rise of holographic trees beaming into our living rooms at the flick of a switch? Picture it. A tree that can change size, color and decoration at our every whim without a single pine needle to sweep up. Or perhaps the trees of the future will reflect our growing environmental consciousness. We might see Christmas trees made entirely from recycled materials, a festive symbol of our commitment to sustainability. Picture bottle cap baubles, soda can tinsel, and a star made from repurposed cardboard, shimmering in the glow of energy-efficient LED lights. And let's not forget the potential of artificial intelligence. Who's to say our future Christmas trees won't be smart trees? A tree that not only lights up and plays our favorite Christmas tunes, but also reminds us to buy Aunt Mabel a present and orders more mulled wine when we're running low. But let's not get too carried away. After all, might argue that the true magic of Christmas trees lies in their tradition, in the familiar scent of pine, and the joy of hanging cherished ornaments year after year. Perhaps the Christmas tree of the future is one that balances progress with nostalgia, combining new technologies and sustainable practices with the timeless charm and sentiment of the Christmases we hold dear. Whatever the future holds for Christmas trees, one thing's for sure: they'll continue to be the heart and soul of our festive celebrations. May you find the perfect Christmas tree. Merry Christmas, everyone.